I'm Dr. Taylor Arnold. I'm a nutrition PhD, dietitian, and mom of 3. I've breastfed 3 of my babies, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite breastfeeding products, and I have my friend Kelsey here.
Hi, I'm Kelsey, a registered nurse, lactation consultant, and pediatric nurse practitioner student. I'm expecting my 3rd baby, and I breastfed my first 2 for a year.
I called her last week. We have bags of our favorite breastfeeding products, and we're going to show you what they are and explain why we like them.
Yes.
I wanted me and Kelsey to tell you a little bit about our breastfeeding journey, but this is we're going to make it really quick. So all 3 of my babies, I've breastfed for over a year. I think it was 15 months, 13 months, and 19 months. I dealt with oversupply. That was a really big struggle. Dysphagia for my older daughter, cow's milk protein allergy for my middleest, and then my youngest, he had cow's milk protein allergy too. And then my older 2 had FPIES. So we've navigated a lot of medical challenges in breastfeeding.
Both of mine breastfed for 1 year. Actually, they both stopped a week before their birthday. Our struggles really were just in the beginning with my daughter. I just didn't know what I was doing, honestly. I just probably needed a lot of help. And we just kind of struggled with low milk supply, jaundice, bilirubin issues. With my second, he started out latching very well, and then he was awful, so bad. And at this point, I was already a lactation consultant, so I knew what I was doing at this time. And we had about 2 or 3 weeks of trying to get my milk supply up, improving his latch and all these things. So worth it for the little bit, but yeah, it was rough at the beginning for both of them.
What age was that when you were struggling with the latch supply stuff? Or latch and supply? Was that right at the beginning? I don't remember.
Yes, right at the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Kelsey also helped me with my latch issues because we had to do 3 tongue tie revisions and the oversupply.
Yeah, I didn't have any tongue tie problems, thankfully. It was mainly mechanical, but no structural.
So we did the tongue tie. I know the science is kind of still iffy on that, but we did do the tongue tie release for all 3 of my kids. So, okay, are you ready for our number 1 product?
Yeah.
Okay, ready? Wait, what do you think mine's going to be?
I have no idea.
I think yours is going to be nipple balm. That's what I think yours is going to be. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
This is breastfeeding resources. Know your resources.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Take a breastfeeding class, get educated prior to having your baby. When you have your baby, you're often going to be very tired, and then trying to find someone to help you when you don't know where to look is really hard.
And stressed.
Yes. And I think just working with the amount of moms that I work with, trying to go into a breastfeeding journey with 0 education about breastfeeding is not a good idea. So look in your local hospital. Even if you're delivering with a midwife or trying to deliver at home, they should have resources for free classes or even who to see once you're done. I know a lot of lactation consultants here in this area will see you prenatally as well. And then this is from the local hospital from around here that just has books, apps, phone numbers, websites, and who to call when you need help. And often I tell moms, even if you don't think you need help, it's a good idea to see a lactation consultant in the hospital at least, and then maybe one time after, just to make sure everything is going well, even if you think it is.
Right.
So
I feel like I cheated because I had you. You said know who to call. I would call you. And remember, you drove me to my first breastfeeding class with my oldest.
Yes.
Remember, we went to the mom group?
Yeah.
Well, I think your number 1 is way better than my number 1. Okay, so this is the Vava Nightlight. I have had this thing for 6 years, and I love this thing.
I have one of those too.
Oh my gosh. It's the best because you tap it and it turns on and it's so soft and you can dim it. My husband and I agreed early on that he would take care of me in the day and I would take care of the baby at night. And it was a really great setup. He would be in charge of the cooking and the cleaning. And then I did the night wakings, and that's just what worked for us. But this was so nice, not having to turn on a giant light, and you could carry it around. And if there was a blowout, you could put it right near their bum when you change their diapers, and you could see it really good. And then I use it now that the big kids are older, and if anybody gets sick at night and I have to go in their room, and I just found that so convenient because I didn't want to turn on the big light, and I felt like a lamp was too much. So
yeah, I really like that too. It would not be my top breastfeeding choice, but it is a really good. It's a really good one,
and it has survived my toddler's throwing it.
Nice.
So it's very durable. 1, 2, 3.
So this is Kindred Bravely. I'm not necessarily this is not telling you to buy this.
I really like it.
But there's lots of different brands, and just having something that you can have easily accessible breast access and no underwire, which I feel like a lot of moms don't know that. It's not safe to wear underwires while you're pumping or breastfeeding.
Why?
It can block your ducts and cause clogged duct, which can also lead to mastitis,
Which sucks.
So they do manufacture nursing bras that do have an underwire, and I wish they did not do that. However, I do understand, like, for example, if you had to go to a wedding or something nice, you may want something like that, but in general, you want to wear something without it. This one's really nice because it has a pumping feature as well, so you don't have to hold your pump if you're doing kind of both. If you're an exclusive pumper, you really would want a hands-free option.
I love this Kindred Bravely bra too because the clips here are so easy to open, and I've broken several nursing bras, and my Kindred Bravely bras have never broken. Have yours?
Not in my, no.
Okay, here's mine.
The reason I didn't have it anymore is because I got rid of it. I did not like it. Yes, I do not like that.
Okay, well, I'll tell you why I like it, and then you can tell us why you don't like it. Okay, so I like this because this gave me the freedom to like go on a date or go somewhere quickly without having to bring my whole pump with me, because for my middle one, I didn't start him in daycare until 10 months. And so I didn't really do a ton of pumping with the second baby. And then the last one, he wasn't in daycare until after a year. And so I just needed to like occasionally pump here and there. And I also needed to relieve oversupply. And I was trying to not use the Haka a ton because I think in my first pregnancy that contributed to my oversupply. And so I used this when I just needed a little relief. And I got mastitis and clogged ducts all the time. I think, how many times did I get mastitis? Like 3 times?
I don't know.
Do you remember? Yeah. I think I got it like 3 times. And so this helped a ton with getting the clogs out. Now it comes with a flexible nipple flange, which it never did for me. Like it was the hard plastic one. So I think it looks even cooler.
I think it's just on the rim though. It's still hard on the inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But the biggest downside for this one is if you didn't use like the yellow pump or the yellow bottom and you set it on your, it would fall. It could fall. I've knocked it over before and it was very sad. But I love this. So tell us why you hate it.
I mean, I wouldn't say I hated it. It just didn't serve me. So like I did not have an oversupply. And so I never really needed it. I had it. And then I would prefer to bring then when I got the like portable Spectra, that was more effective for me.
But it was still like the pop.
Yes. Yeah.
But it just didn't have to plug in the wall.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
And yeah, I felt like I could arrange my things that I needed to be out for just to pump before I left or breastfeed before I left and then do that again when I got home. I just didn't have a need for that.
This also, I used this when I was having oversupply and like we had a hard time latching to like take the edge off. Like my breasts were like so big and hard and the baby had a hard time latching. And so this would like make it a little softer.
But we always say that any pump is better than no pump.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Oh yeah, those are good.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is a Boppy pillow. I'm not saying that you like the Boppy pillow is the pillow to get, but any type of positioning aid, even if it's just your bed pillows, is going to help you achieve a good latch positioning. Now that's not forever. I typically say that you need lots of help in positioning in the beginning, especially if it's your first baby and you're not really comfortable with the hold because it's a little awkward to start. And lots of moms want to do this when they breastfeed and you really want to bring baby to you for your posture and your back will hurt if you continue to do this, but also to achieve that like nice alignment for a good latch. So I highly recommend getting some sort of support. Like I said, it can be bed pillows. You just want to have baby up as high to your breast and just know that your baby's weight is going to weigh the pillow down. So like if you're seeing a lactation consultant and they're putting 4 pillows on your lap, it's because the baby's going to go and then bring them down to the nipple level. So physical support. I did my regular support and then my physical support. That's my thing. So
I loved our Boppy too. And I feel like I used it way more with the first than like by the third, it was just to be comfy.
Yeah.
Because I usually just had baby like in my arm. But the first, like I like religiously use that thing.
Right.
So these are the hot and cold breast therapy pads. Like I said before, I had horrible oversupply. Like my engorgement was so bad and so painful. But I like these because you can heat them up or like chill them. And so I kept them in the freezer, like make it more comfortable. And then I would heat them if I had clogged duct or mastitis to like.
So I tell patients to get 2 pairs of those so they can keep one in the freezer and then rotate them. Yeah. If you're trying to reduce your supply, like in a situation of oversupply or engorgement, then you want to use the ice. If you are doing something different, you may want to use heat. So you would need to work with your lactation consultant.
Also, these make an excellent ice pack for boo-boos after you're done. Because they're like the little like gel pearls in there. So anyways, that's my number 3. Is there any like honorable mentions that you want to include that we didn't bring out here?
Yeah, so I really like, and there's lots of different products that do this, but when you are having like just soreness from the beginning, you might want to have something to keep your nipple away from your bra. So like,
oh yeah, I did that.
So a popular one is Medela soft shells, and then
that's what I used.
Yes, and then I recently, my last baby, I had the LV brand, and they both do the same thing, but they just keep your sore nipple away from your bra, because every time you peel it back, it hurts. Yes, and when you're constantly using your nipples, they just take a really long time.
Do silverettes do that? Because I hear people talking about those all the time.
Yeah, so that's a really controversial topic.
Controversy.
People really love those, and they're marketed towards moms, and they say antimicrobial, antifungal, all these things. Okay. The only experiences I've had with them in patients is very poor.
Interesting.
Because there's no air. So like when you're talking about healing nipples, you want some sort of air.
It needs to be dried off.
Well, yeah. Well, you can put like ointment, like the balms or like your Hand Express breast milk on there, but you don't want it to be in a dark, moist place. It's a perfect place for yeast to grow.
Like thrush.
Yes.
Okay.
And to be fair, if you're using them long term, like longer than 2 weeks, then you need to see a lactation consultant, because your nipples shouldn't be hurting.
I know that the Medela ones like marketed it as discreet. You could totally tell they were in your bra. Can you tell for the LV?
I think it depends on your anatomy, honestly. Okay. Yeah.
You could tell for me.
So yeah, that would be my honorable mention.
I brought those to the hospital because like the first baby, did I bring them to the hospital? I brought them for the second baby, but I just remember like opening my bra with the first baby and it was literally like peeling it off of my skin. It hurt so much. And so it was it's like a disc that you put over your nipple and it just holds all the stuff off, like all the clothes off of it.
Yeah. So it's like a plasticky thing. So
we'll put a picture right here.
So that it doesn't touch anything while it's still healing. Or it's very normal to be sore, and we always tell moms like a pain of 4 or less is normal for the first 2 weeks.
So whenever people say like breastfeeding shouldn't hurt,
it shouldn't hurt,
but it does hurt at the beginning. The first time.
It can hurt if it's tolerable, but if it's like toe curling and a bunch of different, there's a lot of different components.
But it's normal for it like
to be a little bit sore. I wouldn't say pain, but like sore.
I had pain for all of them
for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Probably not that long.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, let us know in the comments. If you have any questions, let us know. Kelsey gives really good breastfeeding advice, and also she gives really honest opinions about products. So I text her all the time. So we'll have to do some more product review videos. Sure. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more videos on feeding kids.